Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to another pack opening video. I have the day off work, so I was actually going to catch up on some story content, but I have been having a bit of lag the last hour or two. It's fine now, of course. So I figured I would start by opening some packs and see how that goes. I am wearing my healing gear, and I am in healing spec since I am hoping to get some upgrades to that set. I don't do a lot of healing or DPS on my Sage these days. On occasion I do. Oh, there we go. Definitely want that 252 gear lockbox. But I do a lot of healing on my Sorcerer, who uses the same legacy set of gear as my Sage. So that is why I am in heal spec. Actually, the last week or two I've been doing some DPS, since we've been a little short of DPS and have some healers as fill-ins, but I figured since I'm still primarily a healer, I will stick with that at least until I get mostly 252s. Alright, most of this stuff, however, I am not going to need, so we will go through and disintegrate pretty much all of it. I might need that. I can't remember if it's alacrity or crit that's hard to get. I feel like it's alacrity, so I think that's actually a pretty good enhancement. We'll get rid of that one. Now, yes, I'm aware that it's pretty easy to get 252 gear. You just do some dailies in Osus, but I have not even been to Osus yet, and I also really hate dailies, so probably not going to happen. We'll see. Also, I think all the content except maybe the newest operation, Gods in the Machine, is still tuned for full 248s, so should be okay with that. Especially since some of our group does have 252s or even full 258s. And there's an expansion coming out, Onslaught, in September, which I am definitely excited about. I hear there's a new operation, a bunch of new content, all new gearing. They said an all new gearing system, so I'm not really sure what that means. If they redo all the stats, it's going to make me. I'm not going to really enjoy that because I've spent all these years learning and understanding all of these stats, so hopefully they don't change it too drastically. I know there's like new abilities you get based on what gear you have equipped, which is kind of cool. A lot of games do that, like Guild Wars 2, and I think ESO does that as well. Alright, let me just double check that I want all of these. Yep, let's take all of them. And we shall keep going. Have about 50 crates in total, might be 51 by the end of this. So I am interested in seeing the changes and look forward to them with an open mind. The new op should definitely be a nice piece of additional content. I don't know if there's a new Warzone or not. I would hope so. A lot of times they do a new Warzone with expansions. This is kind of our first real expansion since like Shadow of Revan. Oh, here we go. They did increase the drop rate on these, so that's why I'm getting a lot of these. And I guess it's just, is it random? Yeah, so we'll have to remember to open those at the end, see what I get. Superior command boost is nice. I'm wondering if you get just these now and not like an actual piece of 252 gear. I guess it's really the same difference. I kind of would like that because then it's less likely that I'll see a piece of purple gear and disintegrate it by accident. I know before the chances were like 1 in 500 or something obscenely small like that, and they definitely increased them by quite a bit, as you can tell. Good choice, especially because it's so easy to get them from other content. They might as well make them easy from command crates since they're really big on that kind of stuff. I guess I already have that one, but even so, what is that? Oh, it's a shield generator. Oh yeah, we're not gonna get that. I thought it was like an implant for a second there. Since this character does make implants, but haven't really done too much crafting. I made some mods for people on my shadow, but most folks don't need ears or implants anymore since they can get better ones pretty easily. I am interested to see how they work crafting into the new armor. Someone was telling me that the new gear should be available from a number of different sources, which sounds, at least on paper, like a cool idea. Alright, sorry I'm taking so long here. Just want to make sure I don't disintegrate something I might need. and we get components. I've been saving up my components. I guess again, I think you can use those to buy gear on Osas, but I think you still need the rep from that. So they just are really about this whole new daily thing, and I am just not about the dailies. So right now I'm just saving them up. I don't know if there's something I can use these on that I don't need reputation for. Let me know, because I might do that then. I certainly would love to use them to buy better gear for my characters, but I just don't want to do dailies really. Maybe if I do the storyline and that gets me like close to enough rep, maybe I can talk myself into doing it, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'm going to save all this stuff. I've also been saving like these things, these little packs. I doubt they'll be useful when they release the expansion. I've heard that command experience is becoming, I think, renown instead, something like that. So I don't know if like these are going to be converted. I hope so, because I have like a cargo bay and a half of these I've been saving, and I was very tempted to use them during the last WCXP event. But I'm like, well, see, at that point these weren't dropping as much from the crates, or at least I didn't know they were dropping as often from the crates. So I was like, there's not much point in doing that if my chances of 52 gear are very small, and the characters I tend to use most frequently are already more or less in full 248. Speaking of the 248, I already have that one though. So I wasn't too keen on using them. My plan is kind of wait for more info, see if they're like, no, use all those right now. I guess most people just use them right away anyway, but I always wait for the double CXP to get the most use out of them. All right, let me go through and just grab the things I do want. I think that's actually what I usually do, and that probably goes a little bit faster. Looks like the old, probably is the same model. The old anti-Rakghoul gear from the very first event. Any of you guys remember that? I guess I'll take this just because it's biochem. Don't need that. We're getting close to leveling up. I guess it thinks I'm going to select all these and then disintegrate them, which is not what I'm going to do, but it's okay. It'll all work out since I am disintegrating a number of things anyway. All right, we will claim these. I apologize, my voice is a little coarse. We actually had a guild meetup in DC over the weekend, which was a lot of fun. About 30 of us maybe showed up, 25 or 30 of us. Some at different times throughout the weekend, but that was a lot of fun, but very busy. And 51, there we go. And since we were talking so much, and sometimes in very loud places, my voice is a little tired. I am too, but that's why I took an extra day off work. That way I could recover and do stuff like this. Kind of catch up on things I'm a little behind on. Alright. So we're at what, 35 out of I guess 51? And we have 4 lockboxes, that's not too bad. Wouldn't mind 1 or 2 more though from these last 15 crates. All these companion gifts, one day I'll use them, but kind of at the stage with Swtor now where I still enjoy the game a lot and I enjoy doing operations and PvP, but like anything else, and I guess opening command crates because that facilitates the other two, at least in theory. But like anything else, even like giving companion gifts, or I used to do a lot of crafting, like selling to make money, but at this point it's like I only really use money for repair bills. Like I already have the gear sets I like and the dyes I like and all that kind of stuff. I figured that out a long time ago. So there's not really a lot I have to spend money on. So as long as I'm not like spending lots of money, I don't really have a lot of a reason to spend time making money. And because my time is very limited these days, I'd rather spend it doing other things, like PvP. Alright, let's claim those guys. And do some more disintegration. And looks like we have 12 to go. There's the red bar there. Yeah. 1100 MS, and now it's back to 100. So I don't know. I might start doing some storyline and recording that, and if it gets really laggy and like hard to watch, then I'll just stop and try again some other time. Alright, nothing good yet. Command boost. Those are nice, getting a little low on those, so definitely don't mind getting more. Alright, 6 more to go. Now we're lagging. There it is. Barrel, that could be good for like a Vanguard tank, I guess. I haven't Vanguard tanked in forever. I honestly don't intend to Vanguard tank until at least 6.0, but we'll see. I also like how Bioware seems to be really afraid to go to like 5.11 or 5.12. It's been like 5.10a, 5.10b, 5.10c. Even though some of these I think have been fairly decent additions in terms of the number of content. I guess, was 5.10 the one that added Osis and the Queen? If so, that's fair. Alright, so... Oh, we're getting close. Claim some of these, and then I'll probably just, I'll make just enough room. Well, I was going to say I'll make just enough room to open the last one, but if I disintegrate all of the rest of the stuff, maybe I'll have enough for one more. We shall see. Alright. Claim these guys. Plus, I don't really use my companions that much these days. I used to use them all the time for crafting things, and I still craft like stims for people in the raid group and grenades for PvP sometime, but not nearly as much as I used to. I don't like sell things like I used to. Okay, let's see. Probably won't be enough. Oh well. Getting us a little closer for next time. I don't really do content where you can use your companions to help you, and even if I did, like my Sage, all of my characters or all my companions are level 50. And I think the same on my Shadow as well. And if I do the storyline, I'll be doing it on this character because he's the only one I really do the story content with. Okay, so some okay things and 4 lockboxes. Let's go ahead and open those and see what I get. In terms of my gear, it's mostly 248s. You can see by my average there. I think I do have like a glove from a drop and like 1 mod and an offhand. That really annoys me too. They're always like, you can get stuff by doing OSIS, or you can do it from the most difficult content. And maybe, I don't know, does ranked do anything, or does it just drop more of the components? Because if so, you still need OSIS to do it, or OSIS, or however it's called. But like I do a lot of master mode raiding, and they drop, I think, blue 244s. Like they don't even drop 252s, which they really need to up that. Like make the final boss drop a 258 and make the other ones drop 252s, because 252s are otherwise very easy to get. All right, so of course I get gloves, and I guess I could change around my crit and alacrity to try to use that mod, but it's annoying too because now they're bound to slots. So it was hard enough balancing between legacy gear, and I was always one of those people that uses I try to use 6 out of 7 and then like share my 7th freebie piece between characters, and I get a focus, which I already had. Again, I can't use the alacrity because I have crit there, so it would just be a mess at this point if I started switching around my mods. I think for and belt, I guess I can use the armoring here, so that's something. First upgrade I can actually use since the mods are stuck there. Yeah, I guess I can use the mod maybe on a different set, like a DPS set. Yeah, I think for the next gear set, I'm probably just gonna go make like I'll use Legacy for like the exact same characters, but otherwise I'm not gonna try to do the 6 out of 7 because that gets, and then the PvE and PvP, the stats there are different, so it's just a real pain to balance everything out. I still have a very complicated spreadsheet to keep track of all of it, but when you upgrade gear, it's definitely a pain. It definitely limits you. All right, well, I did get this, which I can use, again, 2 out of the 3 pieces from, so that's something. So let me just claim these regardless. And I'll go ahead and switch out my gear. I do have, yeah, red barring again. Oh, that annoys me too, because I really wanted to do some story content. It's the first time in a long time I really felt like doing story content, so I was going to take advantage of that while I could. But I do have some command crates on my Guardian, so even though she's only, I think, command rank 2, I'll try to open those sometime in the near future. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for plenty more Swtor content yet to come.